welcome to Nerva podcast with me, Leigh and Glenn.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Yeah?
Yourself?
What have you been up to?
Just like what I said earlier, out looking at Iron Age forts, trying to decide what to wear for LFCC.
Yeah, what are you wearing at LFCC?
I've decided if I can find me a necklace, because I made one, I'm going to go as the red woman from Game of Thrones, Melisandre.
Isn't she the one that's... No, I don't watch Game of Thrones. Everybody knows. She the one that's constantly got her tits out?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the only thing I really know about Melisandre, is that she's constantly shagging everyone.
Oh, she only shagged the king because she wanted to make a demon baby to kill another king.
As you do.
Yes, as you do.
But yeah, there you go. Not the 11th Doctor this time.
No.
Because we did mention that on, just done a back to the 80s with, we had Harriet and Phil, who's also going to be at LFCC. And Harriet was saying, no, Harriet usually is a big Osgood cosplayer. Because she looks exactly like Ingrid Oliver. But she's saying this time, I mean, she has gender swapped Doctors before. She does know that people that do. And that's fine. This time she can legitimately cosplay as the Doctor.
Cool.
Which I think a lot of women are... I mean, you gender swap 11, I did mention on that.
Yeah, I did gender swap 11. But Moth's got into me tweed coat.
Oh, no.
Ate the pocket away, and you need the pocket.
I can see you in the last one that you did, though, the purple.
Yes, I like that one as well.
The one that the Sixth Doctor should have had. That I'm sure is a reference to the Sixth Doctor somewhere down the line.
Yeah, more than likely. And I think some of Capaldi's jackets were a nod to that too.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I think it.
Oh, that red velvet one. Oh, God.
The red velvet one's great. Yes. That was my favourite. He never wore that enough, and he's not going to be wearing it anymore, which is a shame. It's like Tennant's blue suit. I always preferred that to the brown one. I much preferred that when he had his red Converse on. It looked better.
Yeah. Remember when everyone was trying to decide what it meant for him changing brown to blue and vice versa?
Nothing.
It turned out just they were bringing back. They just needed another way to identify Handy 10.
Yeah, that's the only reason. And Handy 10 turned out to be the dangerous one anyway.
Yeah.
Which is great. You should do a whole event. You should, when they're bringing back again, because they're doing season 2 of Big Finish with him and Donna.
Yeah.
They should do Handy 10 as well. Do a Handy 10 a set of adventures. But anyway, cool, excellent. Well, yeah, he's LFCC soon, and I shall be meeting Kevin Smith, which is, I can't wait. It'll be awesome. Especially seeing as I'm basically his doppelganger these days. Fat beardy bloke who wears shorts and baseball caps a lot, but there you go. Oh, sorry, yeah, go ahead.
Clarks and mole rats.
Yes.
I love mole rats.
I love mole rats. That's my favourite one. It's everybody who says, oh, that's why he sold out and he went corporate. It's like, yeah, but it's also got Brody in it, and I love Brody.
Yeah.
Brody's like the best. Because he's every fanboy on the internet now.
Yes. Pre-internet.
He goes off the handle, he knows way too much about the subject. He's basically all those idiot fanboys who were saying, no, it's a woman, can't be a woman, I'm not watching no more. Speaking of that, what's your take on the whole in Peter Davison rubbish that was going around where apparently he's a sexist now?
No, he's not a sexist.
Oh, he is, that's why he's not on Twitter no more, because he's a dirty sexist apparently.
I hate it when people get run off Twitter. I've told you before about the couple Stephen Moffat, that he death threats to his kids.
Well, that's what he was getting, not to his kids, but he's been getting death threats and called a sexist and a horrible white man, cishet, whatever, eats babies, that kind of thing. And it's basically because the Telegraph did a hatchet job on him. And they just, quote mind, as they do, and they got out of context completely what he said about the Doctor. He had a line where he said, if I've got any doubts, it's the fact that boys are going to lose a role model, or a Doctor's a role model for boys, a good role model for boys.
Yeah.
And that basically meant he's a sexist, when what he actually meant, and what I pretty much took away from it straight away, is that it's a shame that boys are losing a positive role model in the Doctor, i.e. someone who doesn't resort to violence when solving a problem. Now, I completely understand why it shouldn't matter whether that's a boy or a girl who's a role model. However, children don't always have that nuanced feeling. They identify with a man if they're a boy, and they identify with a woman as a girl, in general. Mm-hmm. I think that's what he was saying.
Yes.
And that's fine. But he also said, I fully 100% support Jodie, which is what you want to... Not good enough. In fact, I retweeted and reposted on Facebook in a few threads I'd seen by people I know who were calling him a horrible sexist, whatever. Oh, we don't care. We've made our mind up. This is what he meant as far as we're concerned. And we're sick of men telling us what to do. It's like, this is why people don't like you.
It's true.
Because it's exactly what they accuse the alt-right of doing.
Yes.
It's exactly...
One thing ripping the piss out of he who shall not be named for going on a rant saying he's finished with Doctor Who forever.
Well, he's been a dickhead for years, though, about everything about Doctor Who. It's not. This is just the final straw that broke the camel's back for him. I
know. He reminds us of those Star Wars fans hate Star Wars. I'm beginning to believe that applies to Doctor Who as well. Doctor Who fans hate Doctor Who.
Oh, they do. I mean, the amount of people I know over the past, 7 years who have basically fucking hate-watched it. Mm-hmm. And I ended up blocking loads of people a couple of years back. I think it was Matt Smith's last season. Because they were just saying, oh, it's shit this week. It's shit like it is every week. Why watch it then?
That's why I stopped watching The Walking Dead, because I didn't really like it anymore. But when they brought Negan into it, I thought, yeah, I'll go back to that.
Well, yeah, because he's everybody's dad. I've never watched it, but I have seen that bit where he just fucking, no spoilers because it's over a year ago now, where he basically pummeled a couple of dudes to death. I watched that was funny. I especially like watching the reaction videos where people are screeching. It's the same reason I watch Red Wedding reaction videos. Watch people lose their shit. And it's like, but the first Doctor there saying, I'll just get another. It's like, dude, you're the fucking man. I love you, David Bradley. He's great. But anyway, so people being idiots. Well, Janet Fielding, this is the best reaction of the week, and this is the best thing I saw of it. Janet Fielding leapt Peter Davison's defence. Now, if you don't know Janet Fielding, obviously Tegan, if you don't know anything about her outside Doctor Who, she's the biggest feminist in the world.
Yeah.
Routinely slagged off Doctor Who in the old days because of the, as she saw it, negative role models for females in there.
Yeah.
But came back to the show and constantly tweaks Peter Davison's nose and calls him a dinosaur and all that kind of thing. And constantly takes the piss out of Matthew Waterhouse. Loads. She leapt to Davison's defence completely and said, no, sometimes he can say the wrong thing, but he's the most liberal, sweet, feminist guy I've ever met in my life. Shut it. Yeah. This is Doctor Who.
Yeah, you kind of be liberal when your daughter had a kid very, very young. That's what changed my dad as well.
Yeah.
They had from very, very young, and he went from being a conservative, the conservative Labour type, grumpy old git.
Traditionalist, shall we say?
Yes,
yeah?
Traditionalist, to accepting everything.
Well, there you go.
Also, when his son turned out to be gay, not me brother.
I would hope it is your brother. It's his son.
Yeah. He was like, Dad, I'm gay. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to disappoint you anyway. Son, I could have told you that 10 years ago that you were gay.
Yeah, I have it with a mate of mine that everybody knew, but it's like one of those things where you can't push it.
Yeah. Everybody
knew.
Yeah.
I mean, his favourite icons when he was a kid were Erasure and Barbra Streisand, so it's like...
Yeah, pretty obvious.
We all know. It's like Ricky Martin, you just got to let them get to it themselves.
Yeah.
And it's like, you can't push. It's like talking to someone with a stutter.
Mm-hmm.
You can't say the word for them. Because, bad form. But, I don't think Peter Davison is a sexist in any way, shape or form. I think the Telegraph hatch jobbed him because that's what papers do, innit?
Mm-hmm.
Especially conservative Murdoch-owned papers.
Yeah.
And then people, because they like to believe the worst in everybody, and because I think it's because there hasn't been that much bullshit about Doctor Who being a woman. Most Doctor Who fans are like, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Moffat said this at the SDCC panel as well. He said it's 80-20, basically. You're getting the 20% who are not entirely sure about it, who are, they're not raining against it. They're saying, we're not quite sure. But then you can always get that with a new Doctor.
Yeah, I did when... as much as I love Capaldi, and I've seen practically everything he's been in, from the local hero to In the Thick of It, right?
Yeah.
When they said he was going to be the Doctor, I went...
See, I was like that with Matt Smith. I was like, who is this guy? He looks like he's from Twilight, and his face is a bit like a foot. And then
anything but Twilight-y.
Two things changed it. First thing was seeing him in the costume for the first time, and seeing how he stands.
Yeah.
And then the 11th hour. And after the 11th hour, it's like, yeah, he's the Doctor.
Yeah.
I mean, he really was that quick. It was like, because, the first bit, or the last bit of The End of Time didn't really convince me, but it's not meant to,
Yeah.
And then as soon as the 11th hour finished, I just went, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's the Doctor.
That just absolute look of slight malevolence on his face when he says, you better run.
Oh, it was great. Still one of my favourite Doctor Who speeches.
Yes, I love that. And the one from Time of Angels at the end where he said, the one thing you never put in a trap.
Yeah.
Me.
There's that, and there's the Pandorica Open speech as well.
Oh, yes, that's, I think, every speech that's ever been written for Smith and Capaldi have been absolutely brilliant.
Oh, Capaldi's have been great. I was actually watching The Rings of Akaton the other day, an episode apparently everybody hates, and I thought, why do I hate this? It's a good episode.
Oh, I love that episode.
It's a nice episode.
That little girl was in Game of Thrones as well.
Was she?
Yeah, she played Princess Shireen.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. No, I liked Clara back then as well. And because it's on Watch every Sunday, they show 2 episodes. So it was Bells of St. John, which is great when you go back and watch it now. It's the first time I've watched it since I realised the woman in the shop.
Yeah.
Missy.
With Missy, yeah.
And it's like, dude.
The only thing that spoils that episode for me is the very, very long convoluted route they take to get to the Shard.
Yeah.
To go over Westminster Bridge to get it. That's the worst bridge you can go over to get to it, but it looks better than the actual London Bridge, so there you go.
Tower Bridge would have looked shit.
Yeah.
I do like plus Westminster Bridge is Doctor Who heritage as well.
Yes.
So that's good. Best thing about that episode, Celia Imrie. Fucking love her. Why isn't she in more Doctor Who stuff? And the fact it's a Great Intelligence as well.
Yeah.
We need to bring the Great Intelligence back. I think the Great Intelligence has been played by some great actors in the modern era as well. Ian McKellen and Richard E. Grant. That's not bad.
I would have loved Richard E. Grant to turn out to be the Master. He would have been a brilliant Master.
Well, you never know. You just don't know. I think, again, they will gender swap the Master this time. I think we'll have a male Master. I don't know who it's going to be, but I mean, they really need to go try and get someone who's like Delgado. Because he's the best. I mean, there's Masters come and Masters go. And as much as I love Missy, if we're going to have a Master, Delgado was the best. Yeah.
I love that picture I found with when he stuck "Exterminate Me" on the back of her jacket.
Yeah, I do love Delgado.
I just summed him up completely.
Oh, absolutely.
Serious and terrifying, like a bloody Hammer horror baddie, but when it comes down to it, he was just as childish as the rest of them.
Oh, absolutely. Well, he is, isn't he? He was like the Clangers, for God's sake.
Yeah.
And one of his best lines ever was probably his last line ever in Doctor Who, which was "Stupid pepper pots, stupid Daleks." Excellent. Oh, I loved him. He was great. Frightened of everything, apparently, though.
Yeah. He died ironically, didn't he? Crashing over the edge of a cliff.
Yeah. A shitty taxi driver in Turkey. Well, it was a great story that Pertwee used to tell about him. And it was the Sea Devils. We know when he gets away on that speedboat thing.
Yeah.
Apparently shitting himself all the way. Just, I don't want to do this at all. It's just the worst thing in the world. Ainley was the same. Again, scaredy cat, scared of everything. When 5 Doctors, when he had to run away from that the lightning bolts in the death zone, but he just did not want to do that at all. But yeah, Michelle Gomez, not so much. She's terrifying. Did you see any of the SDCC coverage, Doctor Who?
Yeah, I've seen quite a fair bit of it, and she is bonkers. I love that. I love that a bit. I love her. I love everything about her. I love her hair. I love her personality. The lot.
She's just great. Did you see Capaldi's speech about all of them?
No, not yet.
Oh, you need to.
I'll look it up after we've done this.
Absolutely, you need to. It's really, really good. It's like Capaldi just being the nicest Capaldi in the world, because obviously he's the nicest man in the world.
Yeah.
He's Peter Capaldi. And yeah, he's really nice about all of them, and that's where Moffat went on his rant about fake news. He said, it's rubbish. And then the guy doing it says, yeah, it's just complete bollocks. And I'm like, woo! Really funny.
Saw him on the tube the other week, and I took a photo, but didn't dare post it because, privacy. He was sitting there on the tube with glasses on, head down, really quiet. I thought, no, I'm not posting that. It's he didn't want anybody to notice him on the tube, so I think I respect that.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best. Yeah, cool. Well, obviously, speaking about SDCC, they did show the trailer for the Christmas special, which has now been dubbed Twice Upon a Time. Mm-hmm. Have you seen it?
Yes, that's a title that should have been used long before now.
Absolutely. But I think it works for this one.
Yeah, definitely.
What did you think?
You're trying to be funny.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. You're trying to be funny.
Yes, I love that. Mark is probably, as you said, as Daddy Brigadier.
I really want him to be.
Yes.
I really think that would just round it off nicely. And come on, it's Moffat, isn't there? There's no way he's not going to do some massive fan wank at the end of his...
And it's Gatiss. Everything about Gatiss is just fan wank. Because he's the biggest bloody wanky fan out of a lot of us. And
I just get this feeling that he would make himself, or he would get Moffat to make him the Brigadier's dad. Mm-hmm. It just figures, I'm going to be the Brigadier's dad. But it does look great. It also looks like First Doctor's going to be a bit more physical than we ever saw him. Yeah. Which is good.
But Hartnell was very fragile even when he took the part.
Oh, yeah. So, which, considering Capaldi is now older than Hartnell was when he first took the part. Yeah. Which just shows, the 54 years since the first Doctor Who, how much has changed with the ageing of human beings now these days. But it does look good. It does look good. I mean, it gives nothing away, which is great. I couldn't tell you what the story is. And Polly's in there as well. Oh, yes, I saw that on the trailer. She was dressed in pink or something, wasn't she? Yeah, she's in a pink dress. And First Doctor, it's Moffat trying to realign all these regenerations as being the same thing. Because obviously First Doctor with the regeneration energy that we didn't see in the first ever. Because Doctor Who is a series that is made on the fly, basically, isn't it? Yeah. So that there's not... They would rehearse them and then film them straight away, or sometimes they even went out live back then. Pretty much. I mean, it's a series whose whole mythology has been made up as it goes along. Mm-hmm. Which people expected to be sane. Yeah, there's no consistency with Doctor Who whatsoever. That's the great thing about it, though. You can make shit up as you go along. Because can you imagine if Bob Holmes in the 70s had said, Time Lords are Time Lords, Time Ladies and Time Ladies, and never the twain shall meet? Yeah. We wouldn't have this. I'm still in favour of just saying Time Lord, though. Yes. I'm pretty glad that looms never became a thing. Oh, looms and lung barrows and all that kind of, yes. Yes. No, they can have chiddlers. Speaking of obviously regenerations and things, it's looking like, or it's been rumoured, that the person who was rumoured for a long time to become the 13th Doctor might actually not be the Doctor at all, but might be a companion. Oh yeah, Chris. Yeah, I prefer him as a companion. I couldn't see him as the Doctor at all. He's just... I'm not being awful. He just has this weird, vague comedy look upon his face all the time. And he tries to look serious, and I thought, no, I just can't see you as the Doctor. You just don't look quirky enough. But as a companion, oh God, yeah. I can see him as a companion, definitely. It'd be nice to have another male companion. I miss
I wish Rory could come back.
Oh, he's Rip Hunter.
Yeah.
He can't. He's going through his own time and space now. In Legends of Tomorrow, which is great. Another great series, but no, we're not talking about that. I could accept Chris Marshall as a companion. I would want someone to be. I want another Liz Shaw sort of companion, whether or not an idiot or just a normie. If there's someone who's like, I don't know, skeptic or something like that. Because I love Liz Shaw. One of my favourite companions is Liz Shaw. Probably because she's from York as well.
Yeah. Harry was a bit of a skeptic.
I love Harry.
Yeah.
Harry's great. Well, he was supposed to be the strong arm man, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Because the original plan was to make the Fourth Doctor old. Like an old man. That's what Harry would have done. And because it didn't turn out like that, and Tom Baker was actually bigger and stronger than Ian Marter, then Ian felt that he wasn't into it, and he left. And I still feel that's one of the biggest mistakes ever made in Doctor Who. They should have kept him.
Yeah.
Because he was a good foil for Sarah. Obviously, the Doctor couldn't really be sexist about Sarah, because let's face it, he was kind of sexist with Harry. But not to be nasty. He was just sort of very traditional and old-fashioned. And
I say old girl.
come on, old girl. Ankles, well, fettlocks like a cart horse is always one of my favourite ones. I love them two together, they were great. But yeah, give her a male companion, have her someone to work with. I could see Chris Marshall doing that.
Yeah.
What I don't want is someone like Bill, because I don't, and this has been suggested, that maybe they're going back to a Russell T Davies sort of era plan kind of thing, because Chibnall is an acolyte of Russell T Davies. What I don't want is a redo of the Tennant era.
No.
We've done that now. We don't need a Doctor Who falls in love with everybody. We've had it. If you're going to do Tennant, do a Tennant-Donna situation. Because I think Ten and Donna were the best together. Rose, I can take a leave of Rose's era. I really can. Martha, she was alright. But the more I watch of Martha, the more I get annoyed by her. Because she's supposed to be intelligent. She's a doctor. She's a trainee doctor. And she is awfully stupid in some things.
Just because you're clever at something, just because you're awfully intelligent, doesn't mean that you're intelligent at everything. I'm not. I know I'm not. I know.
But I think what it is with her isn't so much that she's stupid even, it's that she's constantly mooning over the Doctor.
Naivety.
And what really annoyed me about that was Russell T putting her with Vicky instead of your man, Tom Ellis. Because that's who... Oh, well, they'd be totally together because... Well, I'm not going to say it, but there's a reason I think Russell T Davies thought they'd be together.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I can't see it. Plus Mickey, kind of gay.
Yeah, very.
There's someone we should bring back, if only for an episode.
See how he's developed over the years.
Yeah, I'd love to see Mickey.
First time we saw him cowering behind Rose, and we're like, oh, you wanker.
He was a badass though in the end.
Yes, and then suddenly changed into a badass cyber killer.
I love the way they changed. The moment he changed is when Ricky got killed.
Yeah.
He just looks. He just has a look. And his expression changes from one of horror to one of grim determination. And in that moment, Mickey's reborn. That was fantastic. We never saw much of him after that, but whatever. Speaking of... sorry.
Sorry, you would have thought he would have been a bit tougher anyway, considering where they live in a South London council estate. Yeah.
I think... See, I really think it was bad writing on Russell T's part. He just wanted someone... someone to be boring so that the Doctor looked good by comparison.
Yeah.
Is what it was. It's just like typical lazy Russell T Davies writing.
You've seen Attack the Block, haven't you?
I've not seen Attack the Block. I am purposefully not.
Yeah. It's just it's about a load of black teenagers hell-bent on kicking the shit out of each other and probably going for it, stabbing each other. Yeah. Then they find a common goal, obviously. But basically, that's what the kids are like around here. They're always having a go at each other. You're not allowed to cross into the street. And I thought, Mickey's the right age for him to be embroiled in all of that shit.
Yeah. Again, lazy writing on Russell T Davies. I mean, I will never call him a bad writer. I will call him a lazy writer because sometimes he is phenomenally lazy.
Yeah.
Especially with Deus Ex Machina and just, magic door. Dude, come on now. Just as Moffat sometimes is too timey-wimey for his own good. I love it, but I completely understand why people don't. Mm-hmm. Hopefully with Chibnall we can get a sort of a happy medium on that. Mm-hmm. Maybe. Let's hope so. I will say, sadly we did lose someone from Doctor Who this week. Deborah Watling, who played Victoria in the Second Doctor era. Her and Jamie really good companions together. Sadly she passed away last week. Mm-hmm. Which is really, really sad. I mean, she was quite old.
69's not that old.
Well, it's old enough. I mean, it's not young. It's a good innings. Mm-hmm. As far as I'm aware, I think she became a theatrical agent. Mm-hmm. A lot of them do. Because I think Annika Wills did as well.
Yeah, she did.
Wasn't Deborah Watling Tom Baker's agent or something? One of them.
I think Annika Wills was Tom Baker's agent.
Yeah, one of them is, from the early days. But he became a theatrical agent and represented Tom Baker, which is cool. But yeah, I mean, Victoria, I will admit, I've not seen a lot of Victoria stuff, because not a lot of it exists. But what does, I liked Victoria. I liked her in Two with the Cybermen. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I loved that story.
Which is, it's a great story, Two with the Cybermen. But with Victoria, he did the whole speech about closing his eyes and seeing his family. Mm-hmm. It's one of the best speeches in all of Doctor Who. And Troughton liked Capaldi can give a good speech.
Yes. I love Troughton. He had the balance of comedy and seriousness just downright.
Well, he could be downright menacing.
Yeah.
Could his Doctor, especially in the early days, before we knew who he was. Those first few stories, he was downright menacing, like McCoy.
Yeah.
Because McCoy certainly had that down. I was watching the other day Remembrance of the Daleks. Mm-hmm. And it's one of the best stories of Old Who. Mm-hmm. And he is downright menacing in parts of that, especially when he's getting the hand of Omega.
Yeah.
And he's talking to her, and you're thinking, oh shit, I don't know this Doctor, who's this? he's kind of scary.
Well, that was what they were alluding to with the Valiant, wasn't it? That the Doctor really does have a really, really dark side, and it just doesn't manifest itself till later on.
Exactly. Which is possibly one of the things they could do. I doubt they will, but it would be good. Because I suggested to you the day that maybe one of the reasons Doctor does regenerate into a woman is because he still wants to avoid the Valiant.
Yeah.
And this season, if they could have the Valiant in it as sort of like the master figure, no matter what you do, you will never avoid me, even doing this. I don't think they will ever, but if it was me running the show, I would totally do the Valiant. Maybe get Toby Jones back to play him as well.
Yeah.
Because he was great as the Dream Lord. I mean, that basically was the Valiant. Mm-hmm. All the darker facets of the Doctor's manner and then his personality. Mm-hmm. Will we see it? Probably not. I think it's a cracking idea, but I don't think the new showrunners are especially keen. I think we will see a lot less classic Doctor Who references Chibnall's era. Yeah,
well, he's from, same as Russell T Davies. He wasn't too keen on it himself.
No. Doctor Who are the references?
A bit of both.
I swear to God, if Cyberwoman turns back, I'm never watching the show.
Oh no, Cyberwoman was just the worst ever.
It really was, and kind of sexist. If you see the costume that she had, really, really horribly sexist. Like a thong on and a Leeloo Dallas sort of strappy thing under it. Like, no, this isn't how Cybermen are made. This is weird. What are you doing? But there you go.
Yeah, imagine if Jackie had ended up looking like that in the Silver Age.
Oh, that was horrifying. Was that shocked me when I first saw that? How quick? Because you see her in one scene and then the next scene, that's it. She's Cyberman.
Yeah.
That's like, oh wow, okay, it's that quick. Mm-hmm. I mean, what do you think of just out of interest, what do you think of the Cybermen? Would you like to see them make a return, or do you think they're sort of done now, or?
there's a place for them because, like we said last time, the Cyberman origin story just seems that it's inevitable. That's what humanity's going to end up like.
Mm. I mean, obviously in show it looks like they were taken over by the other Cybermen.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they're saying anyway. Is that the Cybermen that were left over here, they were all taken over.
Mm-hmm.
But there you go. I mean, do you have any thoughts on who the main villain should be with the 13th Doctor, or if she should have a main villain at all? Should it be a new villain? Should it be a classic villain? Or
I think I'd prefer her to have an original villain.
Mm.
I mean, they made Matt Smith's main villain the Angels, and then they went back to the classic villain for him with the Great Intelligence. So yeah, they could possibly do something like that. Yeah,
because I'd say obviously overarchingly, it was the Cybermen that was Capaldi's.
Yeah,
because he dealt with them twice at sort of season end, didn't he? And Missy, I suppose, was a big arc with Capaldi.
Yeah, her story went full circle.
Yeah, which was great, which was brilliant. Yeah, I'm sort of veering on the side of a new villain as well, which would be a bit more interesting, I think. As long as they don't go, haha, it's a male villain, he's a chauvinist, ha ha ha.
Yeah.
It's like,
it's the Daleks forever.
Yeah, Davros always, but like it was with 9 and 10.
Yeah.
But that was mainly because Russell T Davies thought that Doctor Who meant the Daleks.
Yeah.
Sadly. But there we go. So it is LFCC coming up.
Yep.
Obviously, we've worked out that you're going to be Elisanda for the weekend.
Yes.
What are you hoping for LFC? Is there anything you're particularly wanting to go see, or people to meet, or what's your plans?
I have no idea because I've never been to anything like this for years. So I was just going to see what it's all about, really, and then make a plan for next year to do it properly.
Mm. Oh, there we go. Excellent. So, well, it's the same with me, really. I mean, maybe next year. It depends what we're doing. If we go back on the Queen Mary, then probably not. But we'll... the thing is, the good thing about LFCC is that this is the main one, but there's sort of little LFCCs all throughout the year. So I can always go back, and there's always Cardiff as well, which tends to be quite Doctor Who heavy, because either they're filming it, or because it's got... or at the moment has quite a strong connection to Doctor Who, then there's quite a few people from Doctor Who tend to be there. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. Obviously the experience is coming down soon, which is a shame. September.
Let's see that before it goes.
Yeah, definitely. We'll have to see if we can meet up and go around and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously do a little bit of a Nerva Beacon meet-up as well. That's the other thing I need to say. We have new logo. Nerva
Beacon. Yeah, I noticed, yeah.
Which took me a little while to do, finding the stuff. It's very Colin Baker, because I like the Sixth Doctor. Fuck you.
I love the Sixth Doctor as well. He was more my Doctor growing up than anybody else. Because I do remember Peter Davison, and I did love his stories, but Colin Baker was like, whoa.
Yeah, I'd say Trial of a Time Lord especially, I remember quite vividly from childhood. Mm-hmm. And Time of the Rani as well. Mm-hmm. Time of the Rani with Tetraps who have 360-degree vision, and yet turn around to see things. Oh my god. They could have been cool monsters as well. They could have been cool. They could have been great. And no, they turn around to see things.
My favourite monsters ever out of, if you're going for absolutely absurd monsters out of Doctor Who, would have to be Planet of the Daleks. The ones that are invisible and they've got a fur cloak on.
Spiridons.
Yes, the Spiridons.
The Excellents around that era as well. They're a bit shit as well.
Yeah.
Spiridons, yeah, when they have the invisible Daleks. Mm-hmm. The only good thing about that, and we'll talk about that, but that is that where the speech about fear, when that Thal says, "Oh, I'm really scared," and the Doctor's John Pertwee, he basically makes the whole big speech about, fear is accepting that you're frightened and yet still confronting it. And I thought, that's a great speech. That is one of the things I'm sure Capaldi's always had in his head.
Yes, and Smith, fear keeps you scared.
Yeah.
Fear keeps moving. Fear makes you fast.
Exactly. I love that kind of... I'm trying to think of my most absurd monster. I do like The Great Architect. I do like Caradnon. Mm-hmm. I do love Paradise Towers. As shit as it is, it's unremittingly shit. It's one of the worst cast. It's because of the casting.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to. Pex is awful. If he had been Arnold Schwarzenegger type, instead of just a bad actor, that could have worked.
Just looked like they picked up a load of rejects from a stage school for that.
Oh, absolutely. The Kang's very annoying. And teenagers that are like 30-odd. And Briars. I love Richard Briars. Don't get me wrong. He was awful. Mm-hmm. It's because he wasn't...
Elizabeth Briggs. I loved her as well. She was brilliant in that, though. She had the best role.
Tilly and Thingy, they were great. They were the best things in the whole thing. They were believable. They were great. But if Briars... He was told, obviously, to play it like an idiot. But if he'd have played it like Martin from Ever Decreasing Circles... brought it down a bit and been a bit more menacing, he would have been great. Mm-hmm. But this is the era of stunt casting. Sorry, in 1987 though, wasn't it? Because you had Ken Dodd. Originally, do you know who that was supposed to be originally?
Who?
Bob Monkhouse.
Oh, I like him.
Could have worked with Monkhouse.
Yeah.
Admittedly, I do like Don Henderson. Don Henderson, he's really good in that. But I don't know. It's just that whole season before Remembrance just wasn't very good, and then Remembrance happened, and like everyone's like, "Oh, okay." Mm-hmm. Admittedly, they were working with Colin Baker's scripts.
Yeah,
all those.
That Men was a good story. I like that one. The rest, not so much.
No, I mean, Tammy Rani's dreadful. It's just awful. Paradise Towers I like, but some parts of it are just trash. Dragonfire could have been good. Mm-hmm. It's a good idea. Mm-hmm. But the cliffhanger, and is it episode 1, the literal cliffhanger? Yeah. What the fuck? I mean, I do like the fact that they used that as one of the stages where Clara saved him.
Yeah.
I thought that was really clever. It's like, what are you doing, you idiot? But there you go. We'll talk more of those episodes another time. Yeah. Absolutely. We are going to wrap it up there. It has been a bit of a short one, but it's sort of been like a pre-LFCC, what are we going to do? Yeah. Sort of thing. And we had to talk about SDCC in the trailer. And now we've got 5 Doctor Who-less months. 5 months. And then we've got that.
At least 8. And I don't think Whittaker's will be out till about end of August.
Yeah, something like that. Except it's going to be autumn next year, which is it's good and bad. I prefer Doctor Who as an autumn thing, rather than I don't like it in the spring and Easter and all. I prefer dark nights, so I like it dark outside when I watch Doctor Who.
This thing about the Christmas episodes, it's all nice and gloomy.
Yeah, exactly.
A nice bittersweet episode on TV.
Exactly. So we've got 5 months and then we've got another 8 months probably after that. But in the meantime, we have loads of Doctor Who stuff that we need to talk about. I'm sure next time we'll look at some episodes, so we'll do episode reviews and that kind of thing. And we'll go, I think we should also go Doctor by Doctor. Mm-hmm. So talk about our favourite episodes of a particular Doctor as well, that kind of thing. But we'll work all that out and we'll bring that to you. Leigh, if somebody wanted to find you on the old wide world of the interwebs, where's the best place to do that?
At Leigh Wildtime on Instagram and the Nerva podcast page on Facebook. I don't really like adding people unless I've spoke to them before on my own account. So if anyone wants to contact me, go through those 2 mediums.
There we go. Brilliant stuff. And as for me, you can find me on Facebook at Glenn Jakeman. Like Leigh, I don't really like talking to people I don't really know beforehand. So if you do want to add me, leave me a message and say this is how I know you, and then I can add you and we can talk. Other than that, sorry, jog on. If you want to add me on Twitter, which is probably the best place to find me, it's at Cymru Nerd Cave. So it's at Cymru, as in Wales, and then Nerd Cave, as in a nerd cave. And you can find us, obviously, at the Nerva Beacon podcast page on Facebook, which is let's have a look. I keep trying to remind myself of what this is on a weekly basis, and I always bloody forget. Because it is Nerva Beacon Podcast on Facebook.com, and you can find us on Twitter as well. It's at Nerva Beacon Podcast as well on there. So, yes, please do add us on there. Please do like us. Please do give us a review if you want to give us a review. It's all very, very helpful. If you want to find us on the podcast, obviously you know we're on the Back to the 80s feed, because it's just a nice place to leave it for us. But other than that, if you are going to LFCC, have a great LFCC. If you're not, then I hope you have a great weekend anyway. Leigh, thanks for joining me as always.
No problem. I really, really enjoy doing these. I wasn't a bit sure at first, but now that I've getting into them, I feel I've built up my confidence a lot.
Oh, great stuff. Well, I'm very happy to hear that. I mean, at the end of the day, we're just you and me crapping about Doctor Who like we always do. So, think of that or the Star Wars Expanded Universe really with us, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, how much we hate SJWs, that's the other one. Because we're old, you see. So we don't understand you young'uns. Sorry. I'm too old to try. But never mind. Yes, we're off to LFCC. Say bye-bye, Leigh.
Bye.
Bye-bye, everybody. Have a good weekend. We'll see you in a couple of weeks' time. Bye.